You are watching a master at work.
So we're in, oh my god, we're in the Dalek. Oh, sorry, exterminate, exterminate. Things are exploding around me. Hello, 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 hello. Sorry, exterminate, exterminate. It's the polite Britishness coming out now. Exterminate. We're kindly exterminating, don't worry. Oh yeah, oi, around we go. Do you get dizzy easily, is what she asked. Yeah, a little bit. Oh, didn't realise I had a B-day. Oh. I'm here with Austin Bradley. People are calling this an abomination. Yeah. It's a robotic experiment, I'm assuming. Oh, yeah. Please tell us some more about this.
Yeah, so this is Coco, the robot Furby dog. It is a Furby that's been attached to a unitary go-to robot. He's kind of evolved and taken on a life of his own, but he's been based off of a traditional 1998 Furby that I've then taken some scans of and some models from to scale him up to like almost 4 times the size, and created my own custom animatronic on the inside that allows him to be able to talk and just like I said, take on a personality of his own. Right here I've got my remote where I'm just controlling the robot from the lower side, but everything from the Furby is actually being controlled back here on the computer with my wife. She's got a bit of a soundboard back there where it's feeding it some things just on its own, but she also taps in and she adds in some fun sounds every now and then.
Cool.
But yeah.
You're a YouTuber?
Yes, I'm a YouTuber.
What's your channel about?
My channel is all about like weird projects like this. I do a lot of 3D printing. I've made this giant S dispenser here. I've made this crock hat. Here, I'll even put this on.
Please do.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's that.
I mean, it's a thing of beauty. Certainly if you're into Crocs. I know a lot of people are. My buddy Sam is really into Crocs. He absolutely loves them. So I suspect a croc hat. Is this a downloadable thing that people can print?
So actually, yes. So over here, I've got a QR code. That goes to all my things. That goes to my YouTube and everything. But I do have a Patreon, and what I do is all of my projects I offer on my Patreon to my top supporters. So I give all the files for them and allow them to be able to make things themselves.
Awesome. Now I noticed, I saw some of your video there. So this was printed on an Elegoo Neptune
3. Yes.
3. Okay.
Yes. So I actually have, I'm going to take this off real quick. I've actually got about 7 printers. Most of them are Ender 3 printers. And I usually just use those just for the sake of time. I don't quite have the, what is it, the Elegoo, like massive one. Have you seen that?
Orange Giga, yeah.
I wish I had that. That would be great.
It's in shipping. It's on its way to me now. It's coming to the channel really soon.
Right.
Where can people find you?
I'm on YouTube as Austin Bradley. You can find me everywhere else as Austin Bradley 3D.
Dude, keep going for it. Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
take care.
Sure.
Thank you. Get away from me! Get away from me!
That's great.
Today's video is sponsored by our friends at PCBway, so if you are looking for top quality PCB manufacturing, look no further than PCBway.com. With state-of-the-art facilities and a commitment to excellence, PCBway delivers premium printed circuit boards tailored to your needs. From prototype to production runs, they guarantee precision, reliability and a fast turnaround time. Trust PCBway for all your PCB needs and visit PCBway.com today to experience the difference.
What's going on, friends? I'm here with X-Ray from Experimental Division, and we've got some battle robots.
Yeah, so we're a combat robotics club out of the University of Texas at Austin, and we build 3-pound and 1-pound combat robots. And so these are robots we take to competition, we fight them against each other, and we see who comes out on top.
That is incredible. So some of these parts are 3D printed.
Absolutely.
So is there an experimental class? I'm seeing that these kind of fit inside of a filament box.
That's just by coincidence.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah,
right.
so there are different weight classes. These ones in the front are actually a 1 pound plastic ant weight class, where your bot is required to be fully 3D printed. So you're not allowed to use any metal for weapons. You can use metal for hardware, and obviously, you can't have 3D printed motors, but everything else has to be made of 3D printed plastic. And so that keeps it very accessible. It keeps it very fresh because people are always coming up with new designs, and it's very easy to prototype these.
Sure. What's the cost to build one of these?
It varies greatly on how much you want to invest. The small ones, I build these for about $70 in a single day, a few days before this event. These big ones have been being developed for probably a few weeks to a few months. These are about $500 each.
Wow.
This big one here is highly experimental, and this one cost about I think that was somewhere north of $1,000.
Jeez. Wow.
So it really varies. But if you want to get into 3 pounds, you can definitely do it for under 500. If you want to get into these small ones, really, anywhere from $50 to $100.
Cool. So what 3D printers do you use?
So personally, I have a Prusa, and I have a Prusa Mark III, and I have two Ender 3s.
Yep.
But our club also uses bamboos.
Yep.
And this one is actually printed with this is printed out of Onyx with a, I believe that was the Mark Forged printers.
Sweet. And what about materials?
So the in the 1 pound plastic ant weight class, they're very strict on what you can use. You're only allowed to use general standard materials like PLA, ABS, no engineering grade composites.
Okay.
However, in the 3 pound full combat class, anything goes. These side panels here are printed out of TPU.
Yep.
And then this is a lot of carbon fiber reinforced nylon is used, and a lot of I believe this is standard nylon.
That's really cool. So X-Ray, are we able to maybe battle a couple of these now?
Oh, absolutely.
Should we do it?
Yeah. Let me go get them plugged in.
Let's get into that now. So X-Ray, just so we know, what's inside of these?
So it's got 4 motors
Yep.
and a servo. I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of cheaped out on the components. So some of the yeah, like that.
Okay. Well, rich.
Experimental Division presents X-Ray and Sound Princess.
Oh, there's a wedge.
I've gone. My wedge is gone. I've already lost my wedge.
Can't move. Yeah, can I give it a kick?
Over it. Oh.
There you go.
There you go. So X-Ray, thank you so much for letting me play with your battle bots. Where can we find you online?
You can find us on our social media. Our main one is Instagram at experimental_division.
Amazing. So how do we determine the winner?
I think we can call it a draw.
Let's call it a draw. Thank you so much for talking with me today. We'll see what happens next. Thank you again.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Cheers, bud. What's going on, guys? I'm here with Elon, and this is Horizon from BattleBots. You guys competed in Las Vegas. It was on Discovery Channel. Tell us a little bit more about this robot, and also the elements around Polymaker and 3D printed parts inside of this BattleBot.
All right, so this robot works a little differently than a lot of the others. We still have spinning blades. We actually have 2 of them. So one of them's over there, one of them's over here. Both these sides of the arms are entirely identical, the same prints in them. But these blades here are about 25 pounds here, Wes, if you want to. About 25 pounds.
Holy. Wow.
Those spin at about 250 miles an hour. So we have an 8038 motor in there that's actually shock mounted on TPU. We use a lot of TPU in this. There is an equal and opposite reaction that happens when we push real hard that way. The arm actually will go in the opposite direction. That's the direction that we're going here. So it's running on really big free spinning bearing. But over here, we have TPU battery boxes that are actually built in 2 parts that slide together, as well as a speed controller box in here. Our motors are mounted on TPU bushings right here, which allow us to isolate the shock. When these robots hit each other, they experience about 800 G of force.
Wow.
So that means a 1 gram connector weighs about 2 pounds in the air. So we can actually see this in a part like this. This is a part of Doom, a robot we fought against a little while ago. This is 3/16 AR-500. This could take a 50 caliber bullet any day of the week. And it goes that deep into the blade.
Wow.
So, hand swung around the other direction and hit the back with the back tube.
Got it.
Like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Then underneath that is a drive base where we actually float our motors in TPU. We actually had TPU shock absorption in here to let this flex a little bit as we landed on it. That's about everything up here. Let's get inside.
Okay. We've got TPU across the top here.
TPU across the top. These are actually battery boxes. That the way they work is that we have battery. The receiver is right here in actually, I think it's PLA, where this is a receiver module. We'll pull some of this tape, taping down the antenna. We have to tape everything down because unfortunately zip ties are knives at our use case.
Sure.
So this is a receiver module where we actually stick a 2-cell battery in it, but it's all 3D printed, which allows us to power our receiver. It lives in this little channel right here.
Yep.
We had to cut down a little bit because stuff is warped and it doesn't fit exactly the way we want it to anymore. And down here is our speed controller, also covered just in TPU with a printed switch out of, this is glass fiber nylon, I believe.
Yeah.
And we have our signal cables running as short as we possibly can down to our speed controller with actually temp sensors.
Yep.
So we tape over all of our connections. This is actually also a glass fiber nylon cover for the speed controllers.
Got it.
That you can see right here.
Yeah. Yep.
We can pull one of these pods out and show you guys the construction method of how these worked. So we utilized the fact that TPU is a very flexible material.
Yep.
This one actually got hit. You can see right here on this side. This one lived over here at one point.
Yep.
But it got hit and clipped by when this whole thing got deleted. By Monsoon when we fought them in our second fight, the TPU actually survived and let the batteries survive perfectly.
Oh, really? Wow.
Which is incredible. We did not expect it. And then we have these cross-sectional pieces that go just like that to go together with a wire channel in here to allow for our cables, which are wrapped in Kevlar.
Jeez.
And then taped over in engine bay tape and then taped red and black for our convenience.
Yep.
They have little ball bearings in here for something called pre-charge. We're running on 16 cells, about 70 volts.
Yep.
So that's a lot of voltage to just turn on like a light switch. We don't want to do that. What we do is we use something called pre-charge where it passes current through a resistor that allows us to see if the robot is wired up correctly. Because it's pretty easy when you're on day number 12 of the competition to mess up. So if you pre-charge, you see the lights turn on, we know it's good. As well, right here, you can see these are TPU suspension bushings.
Oh, yeah.
Because we actually we were trying to line up suspension bushings with the size constraint that we have in here, and it was really difficult. So what we ended up doing is we ended up just printing them, making shouldered aluminum spacers in here that click into laser cut plates that hold the motor together, the motor cage. But on the other hand, on drive, with this guy, the drive has been very, very reliable. The only times that it failed is when this is physically tweaked, physically bent to a drastic margin. This is 1/4 inch AR-500, and the way it bends in our circumstances is very extreme.
So you're going from, you're moving to belts from chains.
Yes.
And I'm guessing then that's because of the extreme force.
Yes, the extreme force, but also we've built clutches. Actually, this clutch has TPU in it.
So this is still in action. This is coming back.
We're calling it 1.75, or we're planning to make some upgrades on drive with some magnets, and upgrades on belts is possible. We have to see what's going on with the new season. It hasn't been announced yet. We don't know much about it.
So where did you place then on BattleBox?
So we went 1 and 4 because we had a lot of, we had our speed controllers and they were giving us about 40% of what we wanted.
Yep.
Which was okay. It wasn't great. And we were learning. It was a rookie robot. The only rookie to beat a robot in the top 32.
Right.
With Shatter, where we fought them.
That's amazing. So where can people find you?
So you can find us on Horizon250.com. That's our website with merch. We've got our Facebook and Instagrams. Also, I believe, Horizon250. Yeah, we're also on a lot of the Robot Combat Discords. We frequent there pretty often, but yeah.
That's amazing. Hey, really good to meet you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much and good luck for the future.
Absolutely.
I'm here with Vince, and this is the Duck Sucker. Why did you bleep me? I said Duck Sucker. I'm here with Vince, the brainchild behind the Duck Dyson, the duck sucking machine. What goes into duck sucking, and what brought you here to open source to suck these ducks?
Yeah, so this started originally as a high school robotics project. So I coach a high school robotics team, and we have, as part of the curriculum there, a final exam for all of the students is to build a robot to compete in a game over the last 6 weeks of the semester. Last year, the game was to pick up these rubber ducks and to score them into little bins on the end of our playing field, which was like a 4x8 sheet of plywood. The students all on the team had asked me to be their final boss. And so I watched and helped them kind of build all the robots. And then I kind of in secret built this in the background and then brought it out on the last day, let them go through the whole tournament. And then finally, once they had a victor, the top student robot was scoring like 2 to 3 ducks in a match in 2.5 minutes. And I dropped this on the table, scored 9 ducks in 30 seconds, and then played defense the rest of the time on them. As part of that too, though, I did document the whole process because, like I said, I'm a coach, but I'm also there to be an instructor for them.
Sure.
And so I documented every step of the design process, all of the decision making, all of the prototyping, all of that, so then I can go back and like use it as an example to walk them through, hey, here's what goes into designing a robot. Here's what goes into going from an idea, understanding the problem, and then building a final prototype of it and getting it to work.
Got it.
And then bringing it to open source this year. It had been sitting on my shelf for about a year now, just kind of collecting dust. And we saw the ad kind of go out for open source. We saw William was really asking to get some more people out here. And so I said, hey, you know, I've got this robot. Let me see if I can revive it. Let me submit it kind of as a joke. And then they accepted it. And suddenly it's like, oh, I have to make this work again and all this other stuff. So I reached out to a couple friends of mine from the West Coast. We all got together, got it up and working again. And now we're out here at open source.
That's awesome. It's a timed game.
Right.
And what's the best score at the moment?
So yesterday our high score was 30.
Right.
Today we've made a few small improvements to the robot so it gets hung up on the ducks a little bit less. And right now the unofficial high score is 33, I think.
Wow, okay. It dawned on me suddenly, this isn't some sort of paradox around a childhood experience that you had with ducks.
No.
This is just because ducks were available to you. It's not like you hate ducks. You're
not
all
at
good
all.
for it. It's not a rubber duck thing.
Ducks and I are homies. You
Okay,
know?
cool.
It's all civil. For robotics education especially, this is such a weird game object to have to build a robot to pick up.
Yeah.
And so it's not just like a ball that rolls around. It's not a cube you can just grab with a claw. Like you really got to think about this and design really weird mechanisms to be able to control something like this. So it really makes students think a lot harder about that type of thing.
That's absolutely awesome. Where can people find you? Even if it's just you, I know it's not a big project, but where can they find you? Is it social media?
Yeah, so I've got a TikTok. It's jettisoned1 on TikTok. We've got a QR code here in the back. And that's pretty much where I post all my projects on there. So I post random robots I build. I do a lot of combat robotics like ant weights. And I do a bunch of these like LED type sign projects too. But just kind of anything that I just decide, hey, this is what we're building today, gets posted over there.
That's amazing. Well, links will be in the description, of course. Should we?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's do that.
All right, so here's the controller for it. All your driving is going to be on this right stick here. You got forwards and backwards and left and right. And then for your intaking, you're going to be pushing this stick all the way to the left to suck ducks in.
Yep.
You'll push it all the way to the right if you need to spit them out for whatever reason. Up and down doesn't do anything.
Sure.
So here's the controller. Let you take a try at the sticks, drive around a little bit, see how it feels.
That's cool.
And once you're feeling ready on it, we can get the timer out and get you rolling there.
Let's do it.
All right. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on,
right
you
off
ducks.
the back, off to a really good line. Nice little cluster right there in the front.
Come on, you ducks.
Just rolling them over.
Come on. Come on, you ducks. Come on, you ducks.
Oh yeah, they get a little tricky. They're nasty little buggers. They'll get under you. You're at 15 seconds.
Come on, you ducks.
Nice turn there.
Come on,
nice
you ducks.
save. 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Come on, I'm stuck
Caught
in
up
one.
on the right side there.
Yes, come on.
Oh, nice recovery.
Fuck those ducks.
4, 3, 2, 1, and
Oh.
time. Good run there.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
I don't even know how many ducks that was.
We can go count them.
Let's count them out.
This is great. This is so fun.
Oh, quite the handful here. All right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 ducks.
25. So did I win?
Not quite. You are 1 duck short of today's high score.
Okay.
It's pretty good. You still get one of the little ducks as a prize.
Okay, well listen, thank you so much. Just out of curiosity, what would I have taken home if I had one?
For first place, we have 1 giant inflatable rubber duck.
Thanks again.
Yeah, of course. Hey, wait a minute.
You are watching a master at work.